Hi everyone, this is Kelly and you're watching That Smells Divine. I'm so excited for today's video because what I'm going to be sharing with today are the new and exciting fragrances that I just absolutely cannot wait to try. Some of these have been out for a couple of months now. At the time that I came up with this idea for the video, I believe it was like January or February of 2022. So some of these have been out for a bit, but I haven't gotten my nose on them. And some of them are like currently releasing or just about to release. So without further ado, I would love, since I have a brand spanking new channel, I would love if you could subscribe, like this video, comment below, engage with me. Yeah, any support that you can give my video is much appreciated. Without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm gonna try to keep this video short today because I have a brunch shift at the restaurante, and so I need to get on the road here in about like 15 minutes. So I'm gonna try to keep it, short. But as you might have realized about me, I'm really bad at keeping it short, like with everything. So let's get right into it. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11. 3 of them are kind of looped in together. So let's just dive right in. So in the number 1 spot, this is the thing I'm most excited about. The very number 1 primo fragrance that's coming out. That's actually in the mail, like it's going to arrive in my mailbox tomorrow. And I'm gonna do a blind first impressions on video with it. It is, drumroll please, you probably already guessed because you know I'm a Byredo fan. It's Byredo de los Santos. So I was very drawn to this fragrance because, as you know, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I love this aspect of like creating experiences with memories and the nostalgia that can come in with it, and the scent memory, and just how profound it can be to smell something, right? Like, I know that sounds dramatic, but it's true. And when I was reading up about this fragrance is very much about like paying respects to those who have passed. And some of you may know that my grandmother passed away last September from a long battle with Alzheimer's. She was 93. I just expected that she was going to be around longer. As sick as she was, it did come as quite a shock when she passed. My grandmother and I were very close. And so, yeah, I've just been dealing with a lot of grief in the past 6 months, and it seems appropriate to find a perfume that has all of my favorite notes, that is about passing and nostalgia and the bittersweetness of honoring someone's memory while also honoring your grief. So I wrote down what they said on the website. One of the blurbs they said is, in homage to the traditions of Dia de los Muertos and All Saints Day, De Los Santos captures the transcendent power of coming together in collective ceremonies, translating scent into a new ritual of remembrance. I also found a blog written on Fragrantica. I always have a hard time with that. Written by Eddie Bouligui, I think is how you say his last name. And he wrote this beautiful review of the fragrance, and he mentioned in the review that De Los Santos has this like beautiful accord evolution. And if you watched my video a couple videos back where I mentioned slow explosions, and I likened it to that scene in Willy Wonka where they're like on the boat going through the tunnel, and it's just like this hammering of like visuals and flashes, and that's how I feel about slow explosions when I smell it. That's an example of accord evolution where the notes, they're like actors on a stage. Like, they each kind of take the forefront at different parts, and it's this beautiful evolution, and it's like a story being told. It's like watching a movie, basically. And so when he said that De Los Santos has great accord evolution, I was like, yes, because I love that. I absolutely love that. The notes in here are top notes of clary sage and mirabelle plum, heart notes of orris, cisti oil, and in the base we've got musk, ambroxan, and palo santo, which I freaking love palo santo. So I'm gonna go deeper into this fragrance when I do the first impressions. I don't want to take up too much more time on it, but yeah, Byredo de los Santos. I am excited. I'm gonna be like checking the mailbox like obsessively tomorrow. All right, in the number 2 spot, this is something that has been out for a couple of months now, maybe a month or two, and I got inspired to try this fragrance because Sebastian, the perfume guy, who, if you don't watch his channel, I'll link it below, he's incredible. I feel like him and I have very similar noses. Every time he suggests something and I smell it, I'm like, oh yeah. And then I found out that he's also equally obsessed with Sergei Luton Fianagi. And so I just really trust his reviews. I feel like we just have similar perspectives and similar likes. And so he tried the 3 new rose fragrances from the Tom Ford collection, and he spoke specifically about Tom Ford's Rose d'Amalfi. And I'm really excited to try this one. He said it was his favorite, but I love anything that has to do with the Amalfi Coast. I've been there 3 times. It's one of my favorite places on the earth. I love it. It reminds me of my mom, so it's very, again, nostalgic. Like my mom and I went there together a couple of times. She passed away in 2012. In 2019, I actually went back and did a solo trek up this mountain and scattered her ashes at the top of the mountain in Positano. I'm forgetting the name of the mountain, but it's like literally right behind Positano. And so the Amalfi Coast is very special to me. So I cannot wait to get my nose on this. And I couldn't really find like a full note list, but I did find 3 notes. We've got rose, heliotrope, and bergamot, and I love all 3 of those. So I'm super excited for Tom Ford's Rose d'Amalfi. Okay, moving on to number 3. This one was on my list, and then I actually ended up getting it in my olfactif box for this month. And so I've already tried it. I've sampled it on a card, and I've sampled it on my skin already. But I'm actually perfume naked right now, and since I'm going to the restaurant today, I figured that I would actually spray this on today, since I'm gonna be spraying it anyway for this video. So this is number 3, Juliet Has a Gun, Magnolia Bliss. It's their newest fragrance. I'm on the fence about this, honestly. I need to keep wear testing it because I feel like he's up to trouble. Riker, can you go lay down? I feel like you're gonna do something weird. Go lay down, baby. Yeah, I'm just not sure about it yet, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Are you enjoying this? I know a lot of people are really loving it. So in this fragrance, we have a top note of bergamot. In the heart, we have Magnolia Mirabelle Plum, which I love Mirabelle Plum. And in the base, we've got Ambroxan and Musk. And this has a very similar Ambroxan feel to it, not a perfume, and also Moscow Mule, which I love. So it's got kind of that like classic Juliet Has a Gun DNA, but like more floral than anything else I've smelled from the house. And yeah, I do remember the first and last time that I wore this on skin, the dry down was gorgeous. I do remember that. So I wanna like pay a little bit more attention to it today. And I'm wondering if I'll get compliments on this. That's always like, when I go to the restaurant to work, I always try to wear like a new to me fragrance because sometimes I'll get compliments, sometimes I won't, sometimes my coworkers will comment. So it's always really interesting to see what other people are saying about it. So I'm just gonna spray it. Since this is my scent of the day, I'm just gonna like douse myself. It's nice. It's just, for me, like a little fruity and floral up top, which isn't a bad thing. This is my fragrance dance. It's a little shampoo-y, I think is the problem for me. Up top. It's very like herbal essences-y. But it's nice. I don't know. I'm on the fence, you guys. I'm totally on the fence. Like I can't tell if I love it or if I'm just like, no. But I'm gonna keep playing with it. So let me know in the comments what you think about this one. I know a lot of you guys maybe have an olfactif subscription, so maybe you're also testing it for yourselves. Okay, moving on to number 4. Number 4 contains 3 fragrances. You've heard me talk about this house before. This is Fleur. It has recently gone through new ownership, and some of their old fragrances have been relaunched, and they have added a couple, I believe 5 at this point, new fragrances to their collection. But there's 3 in particular that I'm very excited to try out. None of them are on their way to my mailbox yet. I am going to sample these at some point. So the first one is Missing Persons, which last time I checked was actually sold out on their website, but I know that they're getting more back in soon, so I'm guessing this is like the new favorite. Missing Persons has top notes of skin musk, bergamot, and jasmine, heart notes of cyclamen, neroli blossom, orange flower, and base notes of sandalwood, blondewood, and white musk. Like this sounds right up my alley. So that's Missing Persons. The next one is called Lost Cause. This is the one out of the 3 that I'm least excited to try, but still excited. We've got top notes of Italian bergamot, cassis leaves, crisp apple, rhubarb, heart notes of freesia, jasmine, and lily of the valley. Excuse me, and base notes of mate, orris, and vanilla orchid. It's funny, I actually was on a run this morning and I came around a corner in a neighborhood, excuse me, and got hit with a blast of lily of the valley, and I was like, it made me think, I was like, I haven't really smelled that many perfumes with Lily of the Valley lately. So I'm excited for that aspect to try out Lost Cause. And the third one, I'm very excited about this one. Very excited, actually. I might be the most excited about this. It's called Not Your Baby. And the reason I'm the most excited about this one is because the perfumer is Jerome Epinette, who is one of my all-time favorite. He did Atelier Bois Blonde, which is one of my favorite, and he did Bal d'Afrique, which, like, hello, you know? So pretty much anything he creates, I'm excited about. This one has top notes of cardamom and bergamot, heart notes of mimosa and violet, and base notes of vanilla milk, sandalwood, and tonka beans. It sounds delicious. So I cannot wait. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried these yet. Let me know your thoughts. I want to hear, like, for all of the things I'm talking about, tell me if you've smelled it yet. Tell me your thoughts. I'm excited. All right, number 5, we've got from the House of Zara, which I don't have much experience with, but when I heard that they were doing a Tulum fragrance, I nearly lost my marbles because I'm trying not to swear on my channel. So I know I've already dropped a couple S-bombs today. Apologies, but I have a potty mouth by nature, so I'm trying to like reel it in. So anything, if you've been watching me, you know, like I'm obsessed with Tulum, anything Tulum. So I don't care what the notes are. I just want to smell something that has Tulum in the label. And recently I watched the Nostalgic. She did a review on this, plus the Fiji and Saint Tropez, which are the other two in the collection, in this specific collection. And she wasn't that impressed with Tulum. So I don't have high hopes, but I do really want to smell it. It's got top notes of, it's actually only 3 notes listed. We've got ginger, watermelon, and seawater, which that sounds really interesting to me. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm getting the impression it's going to be more of like an aquatic kind of men's fragrance, which I don't typically lean towards. But I also just feel like it's something I just want to have in my collection, literally just because it says Tulum on it, which I know is kind of funny, but whatever. All right, coming in at number 6, we've got DS and Durga Bistro Waters. I'm super excited about this. The notes sound really interesting. We've got top notes of lime flower water, coriander seed and pear, heart notes of mandarin, bell pepper, and pea flower, and base notes of, oh shoot, I lost my spot. Base notes of basil, nutmeg, and moss water. I feel like I can't remember the house, but I recently saw a house that was releasing, I do remember, it was L'Artisan Parfumeur. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they're releasing like a line of vegetal fragrances, which intrigued me. There has been one vegetal fragrance that I liked in the past, and I'm of course blanking on the name of it. But yeah, I feel like Bistro Waters is sort of doing this, but I also feel like it's gonna have this sort of crunchy, watery, zesty vibe to it, which I'm here for. I'm really excited. So can't wait to try that out. Number 7 is Ex Nihilo Stellar Dreamers. Now, the main reason why I want to try this out is because I hear perfume reviewers, fragrance reviewers, talking about this house, specifically Lust in Paradise and Fleur Narcotique, raving about it. And you guys, I've tried both of those. I have samples of both, and I'm like revolted by them. I don't know what it is. Like, I can't. And I keep trying, and I'm gonna keep trying with them because I'm like, I really want to see what everyone else is seeing, and I'm just not seeing it. Like, they smell awful to me. So I want to get a sample of Stellar Dreamers and see if this is up my alley. It's got top notes of saffron and pink pepper, which is literally like so awesome to me. I cannot wait. I love saffron. I love pink pepper. Heart notes of plum, love. Tuberose, love. Rose, like. Base notes of agarwood, love. Leather, amber, and vanilla. Like, this sounds like such a hit. So it has all my favorite notes. If I put my nose on it and I want to throw up, then I'm gonna really start thinking that it's just the house that I don't like. But I have high hopes for this one. So that's number 7. At number 8, we have Ellis Brooklyn Sunfruit. I'm so excited. I love Ellis Brooklyn. It's funny, like, I don't love her earlier stuff, but I've noticed that with the progression, and I haven't smelled all of her scents, but with the progression, every fragrance it seems like I like more and more. I love West. It's one of my favorites. So I'm really, really excited to get my nose on Sunfruit. There's in here, love the notes. Top notes of fresh fig, bergamot, plum leaves, and pear. Heart notes of jasmine, cyclamen, orris, and orange blossom. And base notes of amber, vanilla, musks, and coconut. It sounds great. It's getting rave reviews. Yeah, super excited. Okay, and last but not least, we have Henry Rose Sheep's Clothing. Now, I haven't smelled anything from this house yet. I know that Queens and Monsters like won an award or two, and I always hear people talking about Queens and Monsters. But I wanted to give Sheep's Clothing a try because it's their newest fragrance, but also it has notes of pink peppercorn, Turkish Rose Absolute, and Amber Woods. And I'm really curious because I'm like nerding out. I just got the notification that my shift is starting in 30 minutes, so I need to wrap this up. I want to see if pink peppercorn smells the same as pink pepper. Like, is it the same thing? I'm not sure. I'm just really curious. And I'm also curious about the marriage of the pink pepper with the Rose Absolute and the Amber Woods. Like, it sounds really divine. So yeah, I really want to give this a shot. So that's it. Those are my fragrances that I'm most excited about. I'll probably do another video like this in a month because I feel like there's just so many releases coming out by new houses, like new to me houses, older houses. Yeah, I just can't, I feel like I can't keep up. Like, I check Fragrantica every single day and there's like 15 new fragrances launching every day and I'm just like, ah! So I'm super excited for these ones. As soon as I get to my mailbox, I will film my Byredo de los Santos first impressions tomorrow, but the video probably won't come out for a couple of weeks because I've got content for days. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. If you're loving my content, please hit the like button. Make sure that if you subscribe, when you subscribe, that you hit the notification bell so that you receive notifications of my future videos. Comment below, what are you most excited about trying? I'm really wanting to hear what you guys are excited about, and if you have tried any of the fragrances that I mentioned, what were your first impressions? Let me know. Maybe you can save me some money and some trouble, right? Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.